Good evening, everyone. 10 D91 students are back in Idaho Falls tonight after falling victim to the Delta delays, a problem thousands of travelers have been dealing with for days. The flight frustration started last week when Delta was forced to cancel dozens of flights because of wild weather. Yesterday alone, hundreds of flights were impacted. One of them, the flight 10 students and 3 staff members from D91 were expected to be on. They were flying from Seattle to Salt Lake and then back to Pocatello. The Seattle to Salt Lake portion was canceled, said to be because of weather. That resulted in the students being separated onto different flights just to make it back home.
Everyone home on the very last flight from Salt Lake to Pocatello, we all reunited there because that flight wasn't canceled. It was just a big plane from Seattle to Salt Lake. And then, so we all reunited there, and then the advisors had to drive home because they didn't get on the flight in time.
Delta released a statement saying, "We can't control the weather. We understand the resulting recovery has not been ideal and we apologize for that," end quote. Delta says a travel waiver was extended through the weekend to help customers rebook without change fees if travel plans were flexible. And let's take a live look at the flight statuses in and out of Idaho Falls right now. Departed, scheduled, in air, all on time. Everything seems to be good out of Idaho Falls. There were no major issues to report, and it was the same story out of Pocatello's airport as well. And while on the topic of airlines, note about just how bad our winter was for Idaho airports. Because of all of our snow and freezing temperatures, airports statewide had to divert aircraft elsewhere. The Magic Valley Regional Airport was the hardest hit. Airport staff says approximately 180 aircraft were diverted, which is about double what they usually get during the winter.
We certainly had our own pressures with winter to keep the runways in good shape, but the crews did a terrific job. Snow is really kind of twofold. It makes it a little difficult to get to Sun Valley, but also they're all going there for that good skiing, so it's really kind of a blessing to have that kind of weather.
The airport also said they were fortunate to have the new holding room opened this winter to accommodate all those multiple flights. A traffic alert you need to know about ahead of your morning drive. You will want to do everything you can to avoid the intersection of Hitt and 17th in Idaho Falls. A huge construction project beginning tomorrow, and it could last most of the summer. To kick it off, the city of Idaho Falls and Ammon will host a groundbreaking ceremony at 9 a.m. That will be at the southwest corner of the intersection. You're being encouraged to park in the Red Robin parking lot. So first alert flood concerns to tell you about now. The Madison County Commissioners have signed an emergency declaration preparing for spring flooding. According to the Rexburg Standard Journal, doing this will allow commissioners to use the Road and Bridge Department to help with that fight. The county has said as we see more snowmelt, the concern over possible flooding is high. For people in parts of Gooding County, they are getting a break from flooding as the Big Wood River went down a little bit, but the threat is far from over. Gooding County Emergency Manager Missy Schertz says she gets updates from the National Weather Service daily. They tell her the Big Wood Canal Company there's still a lot of water that will flow into the Magic Reservoir and eventually into the Wood Rivers.
There really isn't anything that we can do in advance, and I'm not sure how much the canal company can do in advance.
Further west in Boise, the Army Corps of Engineers built this temporary levee on the Boise River this weekend. The levee went in a gravel pit near Eagle Island. The Corps says the edges of the pit posed a risk of failing, which would reroute the river in an unknown direction, potentially putting lives, property, and infrastructure at risk. The Boise River is currently flowing at near record levels. And with all that flooding across the state, it's hard to only imagine what's to come here. But right now, our concern with Aaron O'Shaughnessy, snow. All right, thanks, Aaron. New tonight, Idaho Power wants state regulators to approve a nearly 1.5% increase. In a press release from the company, it is reported the increase would recover fixed costs of delivering energy when the cells decline due to reduced consumption. If approved, that increase would become effective on June 1st. Looking ahead to tomorrow, the Idaho Falls City Council will meet on the agenda discussing eliminating civil service rules for the police department. The rules direct hiring practices, promotions, and grievance procedures. Council has already voted once to do away with them. Members say with state and federal laws, they are not needed anymore. The Idaho Republican Party has hired a new executive director. Party Chairman Steve Yates announced Lindell Strong will take over for David Johnson on April 17th. Yates says he expects Strong to help lead the party as they prepare for the 2018 election cycle. Strong has previously served as a volunteer with the Idaho GOP and has been chair of the Idaho Young Republicans. An update now on the Idaho Falls house fire we were the first to tell you about on localnews8.com. The Idaho Falls Fire Department says this home on Everest Street suffered $90,000 in damage. Crews were called to the home around 1 this morning. A young boy in an upstairs bedroom smelled smoke and alerted his family. Just look at those flames. Everyone got out okay. The fire was contained to the garage, and there is no word on a cause. Well, it is that time of year. A lot of people eager to hit the hiking trails, but with that is coming a new concern. This weekend, Idaho Fish and Game says some outdoor lovers came face to face with a mountain lion. Alex Livingston spoke with officials about how to keep you safe in this Watching Out for You report. Alex Livingston reporting. Keckler says the outdoors are a part of what makes Idaho so amazing, so don't be afraid of wildlife, just be aware. Again, Keckler says human attacks are rare, but he does recall some cases where mountain lions went after dogs, so be sure to keep them on a leash. New tonight, Bonneville and Bannock counties getting credit for helping Idaho's population increase. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, growth is now happening faster in urban counties than rural counties as seen in the past. Ada, Canyon, Kootenai, Bonneville, Bannock, and Twin Falls County accounted for 77% of the growth in 2016. Those same 6 counties also make up 65% of the population. Clark County saw the biggest drop in population, nearly 1.5%. The Bureau says Bonneville County had a natural increase. That means the population grew from something other than childbirth. Questions tonight about what's next after the U.S. sends missiles into Syria. Some now saying there are mixed signals. We're breaking it all down. Still to come. Also ahead at 10, from rags to riches. An Idaho company getting national attention for its hiring practices as the CEO, a refugee himself, makes a statement. Aaron.
And it was a pretty nice day today, but coming up, I'll tell you when we can see more of that spring rain.
But next, right after the break, lawmakers want to make your groceries cheaper. But will the governor let it happen? Tonight, the ticking deadline to veto or approve the grocery tax repeal. A quick update on the legislative watch. Tomorrow marks the 10-day deadline for Governor Otter to approve or veto a bill that will do away with the state's grocery sales tax. Both chambers of the State House approved the repeal. Otter has come out against it, but has stopped short of saying that he will veto it. We want to share with you the story of an Idaho business getting national attention tonight. At a time when Americans are debating whether immigration and refugees are a good thing or a bad thing for the country, a Twin Falls business, one you might know, is in the center of that debate. We're talking about Chobani, the founder and CEO, a refugee himself, moving here from Turkey 23 years ago. Tonight, he's a millionaire who has changed the way America tastes yogurt and the community of Twin Falls. Natalie Hurst goes inside the Magic Valley plant in a story that is new tonight. Another quick note of news from around the region. Dozens of searchers are looking for a missing hiker in Saratoga Springs, Utah. 28-year-old Benjamin Kritzer has been missing since Saturday. Kritzer is said to like to hike the Death Smith Canyon. He did not tell anyone where he was going. This search will likely continue tomorrow.
Now, your first alert weather
Is on the way.
It is really hard to believe that you've got wildfires, snow, rain, tornadoes. It is like
There's just so much going on.
there is. Mother Nature is having some mood swings this last couple of weeks.
I would say so.
Yeah, it keeps you guys busy though.
It does. Yep.
All right, but here we just need to keep our umbrellas handy.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Aaron. Well, salad lovers, listen up. There's a recall we want you to know about. We have all the details right after the break. Also ahead at 10, the politics of Syria. Tonight, many asking question about what's ahead after the U.S. airstrikes.
And an action-packed day of sports. I'm Julie Cox, and we've got you covered. Coming up in 8 minutes, it was the final day of the Masters. Could Sergio Garcia make the surge? I'll bring some of you the highlights from today's action later on in the show.
A consumer alert for salad eaters. This packaged salad, the Fresh Express Organic Market Side Spring Mix, being recalled from Walmart after a consumer found a dead bat in a bag. The company has recalled the product in mainly southern states, but it is sold nationwide. We turn now to the politics of Syria. Big questions in the wake of President Trump's order to launch missiles on a Syrian airbase. Supporters and critics are now demanding to know what the long-term strategy is for dealing with the region, but the administration seems to be sending mixed signals. ABC's David Wright goes in depth with what the future could hold.
David Wright, ABC News, Palm Beach.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Russell Westbrook had a record-breaking night. Julia Cox will tell us what he did next on Sportsline.
and now Sportsline.
Sergio Garcia has been on the PGA Tour for 19 years, and his best finish has been second place 4 times. Today, on the final day of the Masters, he looked to change that. We'll pick it up at the 18th hole. Justin Rose and Sergio Garcia are tied at 9 under. Rose misses the birdie putt at 18, and he just stares in disbelief. After Rose tapped in for a par, it's Garcia for birdie and the win, but oh my Lanta, he misses it to the right. Maybe he's just not meant for that first place finish after all. So after Garcia and Rose congratulate each other, we're heading to the playoff. First hole of the playoff on 18. Rose is first to tee off. He leaves it out to the right into the trees. The ball gives him a nice bounce though, and it'll settle in the pine grass. So Rose goes bogey on the hole. Now it's Garcia's turn. This is for the birdie, and Garcia finishes the Masters in style. This is his first major of his career after 19 years on the PGA Tour. Garcia is finally able to put on that prestigious green jacket.
Congratulations. I've had so many good chances, and either I lost them or someone has, done something extraordinary to beat me. So it did cross my mind, but lately, I've been getting some good help, and I've been thinking a little bit different, a little bit more positive, and kind of accepting too that if it, for whatever reason, didn't happen, my life is still going to go on. It's not gonna be a disaster.
Taking a look at the final results of the 2017 Masters, Garcia wins it with an eagle shot on the 73rd hole. Justin Rose comes in second. Carl Schwartzel comes in third, shooting -6. Matt Kuchar and Thomas Peters tie for 4th place, shooting 5 under for the tournament. Paul Casey comes in 6th place, shooting 4 under. Rory McIlroy and Kevin Chappell tied for 7th place, shooting 3 under, and Adam Scott and Ryan Moore are tied for 9th place, shooting 2 under, although Moore didn't make the cut for the graphics. Oklahoma City Thunder point guard Russell Westbrook has had an incredible season. Some even think he's worthy of the MVP award. Westbrook is helping his own case to get that MVP honor. He claimed his 42nd triple-double of the season this afternoon in the Thunder's 106-105 win over the Denver Nuggets, breaking Oscar Robertson's 55-year-old record. Westbrook ended the day with 50 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. He also hit a buzzer beater because, well, why not? To baseball, the Seattle Mariners are off to a rough start on the season. They have just 1 win in 6 games played. The Mariners taking on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim this afternoon. Fast forward to the bottom of the 9th inning. Mariners have a 6-run lead, so not looking good for the Angels. But Albert Pujols belts his first homer of the season, number 592 for his career. Angels trail 9-4. Later in the 9th inning, it's 9-7 now. 2 outs, bases loaded for Pujols again. He singles to right, driving in 2 runs to tie the game at 9. So the Mariners blew a 6-run lead in the 9th. The next batter is Cliff Pennington. He singles to right. Mike Trout scores, and the Angels come from behind in a walk-off fashion. They win it 10-9. Rough day for the Mariners. That's going to do it for sports.
Before we go tonight, waking up is hard. We all know this. And when you're a baby, waking up may be the worst time of the day. But not for one cute little one. Just watch. Yep. Oh, hands up. This baby is so excited about waking up, she just throws her hands in the air. Let's watch it again. She does it every time that she wakes up, according to that. Every morning, hands in the air. So far, the post has close to 1 million views. Look at her. Is she not the most adorable thing ever?
That is really cute. She's super cute.
Can we just watch this and forget weather for the end of the show?
I know. I wish she's so cute.
I wish I liked waking up.
There's no way I'm raising my hand.
Off, like,
Rain, snow, a little bit of everything this week.
We're going to see some, definitely rain showers, especially in Idaho Falls, but we'll also see some sunshine as well.
All right. We're back tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. See you later.